Now I would like to start with you one subtopic of trigonometry, that is trigonometric equations. As we all are very much aware that there is a difference between identity and equation. Identity is that which is always true for every value of the variable involved, whereas the equation has fixed number of solution. That is, equation is satisfied only on the particular values. If I give you an idea of the equation and identity, first I am starting with the algebraic. If I write x plus 3 whole square is equals to x square plus 6x plus 9, it is identity. Reason being, whatever real value of x we will take, this relation of left and right hand side will definitely satisfy it. Question is, if I write 2x minus 7 is equals to 3, this result, this association, this equality will satisfy only if I take answer of x. What if I take 5? It is 5 to the 10 minus 7 is equals to 3. So first relation or first equality is satisfied on each value of variable x, each value of unknown term x, but the second relation is satisfied or holds true the equality only at x is equals to what? 5. So a basic difference between equation and identity is that equation is true only on the fixed number of solutions, whereas identity is always true on each value of the variable. This is the first thing. Now, as today we are talking about the trigonometric equations. So if you want to learn about the trigonometric equations, we first of all must know what are the trigonometric equations. Equations which involves the trigonometric terms. Those equations having some trigonometric terms, they are said to be trigonometric equations. As I explained you that trigonometric equations or any equation is that which is true only on the fixed number of set of solutions, whereas identity is that which is always true. Like basically whenever we say identity of the trigonometry, we generally begin with sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. Whatever value of theta we may take, it is always true. That's why this is the trigonometric equation. But if I say the value of sin theta is equals to cos theta, if sin theta is equals to cos theta, it is not identity, it is equation. Reason being, if I divide it by cos theta both sides, then relation or equality converts to tan theta is equals to 1. If tan theta is 1, then 1 is not the value of each angle of theta. It is on first 45, then something, then something. So ultimately what? It is true only on the fixed values, whereas this is true on each value of the angle. That's why this is identity and this is equation. Now, how to solve the trigonometric equation? All required results I will discuss with you. Now, what are the required results? That is, what are the formulae at this level of the CBSE which are required to solve the problems related to trigonometric equations? If somewhere it is given that sin theta is equals to 0. If sin theta is equals to 0, then what are the values of theta? Because if I say I am putting theta 90 degree, sin 90 will not be 0. So it means that sin theta is equals to 0 is having few values of theta where the final result of sin on that angle will come as 0. But if I tell you that sin theta is what? perpendicular upon hypotenuse or opposite side of angle upon the longest side. But we have to take sin theta as 0, means we have to take perpendicular upon hypotenuse as 0. So you can say perpendicular is 0. It means that the value of sin theta will be 0 on every case where perpendicular will be 0. In the two-dimension system, this x-axis is considered as the base and the perpendicular axis y is known as the perpendicular. Y-axis is responsible for perpendicular, x-axis is responsible for the base. But sin theta is equals to 0, meaning by perpendicular upon hypotenuse 0, meaning by perpendicular 0 is possible only and only if perpendicular collides on the x-axis. That is, as and when we are on the x-axis, there is no y-axis, there is no height, there is no y, there is no perpendicular, meaning by if we are lying on x-axis either on the positive side or on the negative side, if perpendicular is 0, then sin theta is 0, which is possible if we are on x-axis. So what are the angles? That is, theta may be 0. If we move from this point to this point, it means we have moved 180 degree or angle is 180 degree. Again we have to come here, angle may be 360 degree, angle may be 540 degree. So what we conclude, that all multiples, integral multiples of 180, perpendicular will be 0, because we are on x-axis either on the 0 degree angle or we are on 180 degree angle, 360 degree angle, 540 degree angle, 720 degree angle. Same way if we move clockwise or anti-clockwise, then negative angles. So ultimately if sin theta is 0, which implies that theta is equals to n pi. Pi is 180 degree, pi is the notation of writing 180 degree in the radians. So first thing, result, sin theta is equals to 0 is possible only if theta is n pi, n is any integer. It may be 0, it may be 1, it may be 2, 3, it may be -1, -2, -3, etc. So first result to keep in the mind is that if sin theta is equals to 0, then this implies the value of angle theta will be n pi, where n is any integer, may be positive, may be negative, or it may be 0. Now I want to tell you that what happens if in place of sin theta 0, we take the value cos theta as 0. Question is, if cos theta is equals to 0, we say that cos theta is taken as the ratio of base, that is adjacent side, upon hypotenuse, that is the longest side. The question is that if this is 0, meaning by base is 0. You know, in the two-dimension system, we take x-axis as base and y-axis as the perpendicular. Here base is 0, meaning we are landing or putting ourselves all angles on the y-axis, because on y-axis x is 0. X is 0 means base is 0. Base is 0 means cos theta is 0. Cos theta is 0 is possible on y-axis. So first angle on the y-axis is 90 degree, or we can say pi by 2. Then pi by 2 plus pi, that is 3 pi by 2. Then again something, that is 5 pi by 2. So what conclusion we are drawing from this discussion, that all odd multiples of pi by 2. Firstly, pi by 2 is multiplied by 1. Secondly, pi by 2 is multiplied by 3. Then pi by 2 is multiplied by 5 to keep the angle on y-axis as we are bound to take base 0. So what conclusion comes? That if cos theta is 0, then value of theta is 2n plus 1 into pi by 2, that is all odd multiples of pi by 2, and n is again a set of any integer. Now our last discussion about the 0 angle, that is if tan theta is 0, it is not a big question, because if tan theta is 0, it is only possible if sin theta is 0. So formula of tan theta is 0 is same as sin theta is 0. So if tan theta is 0, then answer of theta will be n pi, because tan theta is taken as perpendicular upon base. If this perpendicular upon base is 0, this implies perpendicular is 0, which is possible only if theta is equals to n pi under the condition n belonging to any integer. So these are three basic or starting results which are required and we will use to solve the problems of subtopic trigonometric equations. Yes, now we want to discuss with you something where we will use the results sin theta 0, cos theta 0 and tan theta 0. First question I am taking, solve for theta if sin of 5 theta is 0. We know that if sin theta is equals to 0, what implies theta is equals to n pi provided n belonging to under the condition z is the set of integers. If sin theta is 0, then theta is this, but question is sin of 5 theta is 0, this implies 5 theta is equals to n pi, or the value of theta will be n pi by 5. This is the general solution of the first part, that if sin 5 theta is 0, then value of theta will be given by n pi by 5. If we take the second part, that is, this is first, second is cos of 9 theta by 7 is equals to 0. We know that the general solution of cos theta is equals to 0 is theta is equals to 2n plus 1 pi by 2. That is odd integral multiples of pi by 2. So we can use here 9 theta by 7 is equals to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2. Question is, what is theta? Theta become 7 pi upon 18 into 2n plus 1. So theta is equals to 7 pi by 18 2n plus 1. Similarly, if we take the third part, it is tan square of 2 theta is 0. The square of any real value can be 0 only if itself is 0. That's why we can conclude if tan square 2 theta 0 means that tan of 2 theta is also equals to 0. Tan 2 theta is 0, but we know that for tan theta is equals to 0, result is given by theta is equals to n pi. In this case, 2 theta will be equals to n pi, and the answer of theta will come out n pi by 2. So the results which are basic, sin theta 0, theta n pi, cos theta 0, theta is equals to 2n plus 1 pi by 2, tan theta 0, theta is equals to n pi, can be utilized like this. And now for further I will discuss few more difficult results based on the different formulae. Now the question is that if sin theta is equals to 0, in place of this 0, as we have discussed with you, if sin theta is equals to 0, then theta were given by the results n pi. In place of this 0, there is some real number which is probably can be written as some particular value in the domain or in the principal domain of the sine angle. Suppose in case of sine theta 0, if I take sine theta is equals to half, then how to solve and how to think for such problems? Before I give you any idea, I just would like to tell you if any real value other than 0 is being written like half. First of all, we must have a thought to write this value in the sign. So half is possible in case when we can write sine 30 degree, that means sine of pi by 6. So if sine theta is equals to sine of pi by 6, then what are the possible angles of theta? So thinking of such values through some particular general result that comes under the result. First is if sine theta is equals to sine alpha. Here alpha indicates pi by 6. The result of theta is given by n pi plus of minus 1 is to power n into alpha. In case of sine theta is equals to sine alpha, the problem comes for cos theta is equals to cos alpha. If cos theta is equals to cos alpha is the result, then the formula for theta comes to be 2n pi plus minus alpha. And the last one, if tan theta is equals to tan of alpha, if tan theta is equals to tan of alpha, then what the result comes? We say theta is equals to n pi plus alpha. So three basic very important results. If sine theta is equals to sine alpha, result will be used theta is equals to n pi plus of minus 1 raised to the power n into alpha. Second, cos theta is equals to cos alpha. Theta is given by 2n pi plus minus alpha. And if tan theta is equals to tan alpha, the general solution is given by theta is equals to n pi plus alpha, where all n are integers. Here I was taking one of the example, sine theta is equals to half. First of all, I have converted this half in sine of 30 degree, sine pi by 6 in its principal domain. Sine theta is equals to sine alpha, alpha indicates for pi by 6. To write its general solution, I am taking the help of this result, sine theta is equals to sine alpha. What gives us? That theta is equals to n pi plus of minus 1 raised to the power n into alpha. Here theta is equals to n pi plus of minus 1 is to power n into alpha means pi by 6. Same type of many problems can be solved by taking the help of either this formula or this or this. Now I would like to share with you few more examples. Find the general solution of cos theta is equals to half, tan theta minus 1, sin theta minus root 3 by 2 and cos theta minus half. I would like to explain you about the principal domain together because it's mandatory. If sin theta, if I talk about its principal domain is minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, minus 90 to plus 90, which I even shared when I have discussed with you about the graphs. Cos theta, its PD is 0 to pi, that is 0 degree to 180 degree for cos, and for tan the PD is again you can share that is minus of 90 to plus of 90, leaving extreme values. So first of all, here cos theta is half. If I take cos theta is half, we must think at what value between 0 and 180 the angle in the cos is half. It is 60 degree. So I can say cos theta is equals to half means cos 60 degree, and in radian it can be written as pi by 3. Cos theta is equals to cos alpha, formula is theta is equals to 2n pi plus minus alpha. Alpha means pi by 3. So I have used one of the result. I have taken the help of principal domain and result is being concluded. If I talk about the second one is tan of theta is equals to minus 1. Question is that what are the values lying between minus 90 and plus 90 where the angle of theta can be minus 1, which is very simple. Tan theta can be written as tan of minus 45 degree, that is what, minus of pi by 4. For tan theta is equals to tan alpha, the general solution is given by theta is equals to n pi plus alpha. So this will be theta is equals to n pi plus alpha means minus pi by 4. So similarly, we can go to explain you about the third part. Third part is sin theta is equals to minus of root 3 by 2. Sin theta becomes sine of minus pi by 3 because we need to think such angle which lies in the principal domain of the sine, that is from minus 90 to plus 90, where the value must be minus of root 3 by 2. So here theta become n pi plus of minus 1 is to power n, alpha means minus pi by 3. Here this is minus pi by 3 and minus 1 is to power n can be written as n pi plus of minus 1 is to power n plus 1 into pi by 3, because this minus 1 is added with the power minus 1 is to power n. Now if I talk about the fourth part, that is cos theta is equals to minus half. Cos theta is minus half. If I tell you in general the half is what? 60 degree, but it is minus, so I will write it as pi minus pi by 3. So cos theta become cos of 2 pi by 3 and theta become 2n pi plus minus alpha, that is what? 2 pi by 3. So like this we can solve the problems applying the results.